The Sunday Times poll has brought out all of the Brexit arguments of yesteryear on Jeremy Vine. They had a caller called Francis, and it was literally like a time machine going back to the old Brexit wars and trying to understand what it is that they hate so much about Brussels, and nothing ever makes sense. And in the end, of course, they project their own bad qualities on others to get out of the hole that they dig for themselves. Absolute classic stuff from Jeremy Vine and his wonderful Brexit caller, Francis.
We got away from the EU to be a free country again. We do not want to be governed by Brussels. We need to make our own decisions, which is what we're doing now, not interfered with by the rest of the continent.
Francis, what was the European rule that you were glad to see the back of?
Brussels, so that we were a free country again.
Yeah, I'm going to ask it again, Francis. What was the rule, the law that was set by Brussels that got in the way of you living your life?
Brussels interfered with everything that we did.
When you say everything, give me one example.
I can't, because we were just under the rule of Brussels.
But you can't...
And we could not seem to do anything that we wanted. It was always
What was it that you were not allowed to do in the EU when we were part of the EU? Give me a specific.
Now you're being awkward.
I'm not being awkward, Francis. I'm asking you for an answer, a very specific answer.
Just to be governed by Brussels is not what Britain wanted. And that's why me as well, voted for Brexit.
Without really understanding the law.
We could make our own laws again. I mean, look what they're doing with us now. It's all got ridiculous.
OK, Francis, I would agree with you on that.
Over more than 10 years, which have resulted in another great step forward towards the removal of divisions in Western Europe. This uniting of friendly states within the framework of a single community has been brought about by the sustained and dedicated work of many people. Their efforts were essential to the success which today we are celebrating. My tribute here is to all who have labored in this great enterprise, not only to those who have negotiated, ministers and officials, together with the members of the Commission who have contributed so much, but to all who in their many different ways have supported and advanced the idea of a united Europe.
OK, well, let's take it seriously. Let's take you at the word that you are a candidate, at least, to be Prime Minister. If you were Prime Minister now and you were meeting your friend and ally, Donald Trump, what would you say to him about plans to slap 25% tariffs on British car imports, and what would you do about it?
Well, I'd done a free trade deal with him in 2017.
Yeah, but saying I wouldn't have started here doesn't do if you're Prime Minister. What would you do now?
It's worth reminding ourselves why we're in this mess. We had a period of time when the American administration wanted to do a trade deal with us, and we didn't do it because the Conservative Party didn't deliver Brexit. Now, look, I think there's a lot we can do with America. We have to talk much more broadly than the avoidance of tariffs. We have to start talking about financial services, where both sides of the pond do want to see rule simplification. We also have to talk about agriculture. You know, he would want US agricultural products to be sold in Britain. Now, there's been some concern about chlorine-treated chicken, etc. But there is an answer to that, which is label things, let consumers decide. So I think this shouldn't be just about avoiding tariffs. It should be a broader deal.
So to be clear, a Farage-led government would allow chlorine-washed chicken to be sold in Britain, and you would open up for more competition around financial services. And you would expect then to get those tariffs waived?
As far as chlorine's concerned, by the way, every bag of pre-packed salad you buy in a supermarket has had chlorine treatment. Worth remembering that. Yeah, look, we've got
but for clarity, you would allow it to happen, just so that we're clear.
I would allow consumers in America to buy our products and consumers here to buy their products, and provided we have the right labeling, that's good. And I honestly think, I mean, look, you know, already America is the biggest investor in our country. We're the biggest investor in their country. We start at this from potentially a very good position.